So I'll just share my screen. Please let me know if it is visible. Are you guys able to see my screen? Okay, I hope this is non-CSC batch which is attending class today. So I think today's session will be starting from, as it is starting from 9. We might not able to actually cover what we have planned for today, but I'll try to make a lot of justice to a very simple topic, which will take up, will not take up the whole topic, which was planned. Already half of the session is done. So what we'll be doing today is today we'll go and understand a very basic topic that everybody should know in Java. Okay, so it will be a little tricky, and you will feel like okay, it is something new for you altogether. But trust me, this is very simple, and you will be able to learn, or you will be able to appreciate it once you learn it properly. Okay, so I'm just creating a new package or new project itself. So just check it out. So I'm creating a project for string or mutable strings. So this entire session is for mutable strings, mutable string classes. Okay. So what is this mutable string classes, or what is this concept of mutable string classes? I will explain you today. Okay. So here in this mutable classes, so what is the first thing that we will learn is we'll try to understand what are strings first. Means already we have learned what are strings, but we'll just try to recap what are strings and what is the advantage we are bringing in by writing this mutable classes. Okay. Hope the screen is visible. Can you please confirm everybody is able to screen, right? So people who are not in, please lot of disturbance in the chat. Okay, always be in mute if you are attending the class. It should not disturb others. Okay, fine. So let us go back to our topic where. Okay, so in this main method, like I'll just try to have a string instance of a string created to make you understand what I'm trying to tell you by these topics. Okay, so imagine you have a string called as name, and you have already given some name for that string, or you just gave value directly. Say for example, KPRIT. Okay, so this is a string. Now there is a class called a string, and you know how to use those string classes, right? So previous classes you have learned about string, so you can just use those methods present in string class just like this, like by calling the methods. Like you have character add, so you know what is character add, right? So in this string, like imagine t, which is the index the t is present, 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, in fourth index whatever value is there I want to print, then I can directly use this method name dot character at of. Okay, so what is name? Name is a string value. So if you run it beautifully, you will get that t printed. Okay, if you want k to be printed, you can use caret of 0. So you get that k being printed, right? So this is this right? Okay, this is there are some methods in present in string class which allows you to manipulate the string, or already some string methods are implemented to make your life easier. But what you need to understand here is string is immutable in nature. So what does it mean? Means you already defined a string, say for example KPRIT. Okay, it's one object created in the string constant tool. Imagine in between KPRIT I want to put something. Okay, here I want to put some data. Okay, maybe your college name is changed. Now it is KPR RIT. Okay, there is one R extra that you want in this string. Okay, there is no method in string class which can do this insertion of a new character in between a string object, because one string object created is immutable. You cannot go and change that again and again. But what you can do, you can append something. Maybe you can use a name.append method, which is present in or concatenation method, which is present in string. At the end of that name, you can add, for example, college. So now what I have KPRIT as string. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm adding concatenating college along with that. Okay, so if I run it, I will get the concatenated value saying KPRIT college. So all these string based functions will work fine when you have string as a class. Okay, if your frequent operations involves, say for example, in your Aadhaar card, you have given your name as say Suresh, but you want to change it to Suresh Kumar. Okay, is it as simple as that? Can you go on directly change it? No, right? It is not possible. What you have to do, you have to go to Aadhaar center. There you have to give all your details. Then somebody will change it in the server. Correct? No. So here you should imagine, or you should understand that as in string class there are no methods which will allow you to alter the strings. Means if already KPRIT is defined, you cannot go and insert some value in between. Okay, insert some space in between or insert some value in between a string. It is not at all possible. So if you go and check out, is there any method to do that in your string class? It is not present. Say if you do name dot, just check here, character, it will only print the character value. Chars will return only string. Code at point, it will return only that value. Means you can read what is there at that position. Okay. So comparative method will just check whether A string is equal to B string or C string. Just use to comparison. Concatenation adding at the end. Okay. But there is nothing, there is no method in string which supports insertion in the middle. Okay. If there is a string value, you can't insert something in the middle, or you cannot delete something in the middle. Okay. You can replace. What is replace? If you do replace, instead of KPRIT, a new object of string will be created, like KPRIT college will happen. Okay, but there is no methods present here like insert or like delete, right? These kind of methods are not at all present in strings. Means if you want to do mutable nature, mutable means you can able to change it, change the object. Okay, so what type of object? A string type of data, basically, like your name, your college name, your email ID. So these are all string type of data, right? So if you want to handle string type of data, till now there is one class called string class, correct, right? So but the disadvantages of strings. Strings are immutable in nature, means you cannot change it, or it follows something called as string constant pool. So what is string constant pool? Once a variable is declared, you cannot go and change it, or when you create an same variable again, and it will not create a new object, it will create the it will refer to the old object. Say for example, here I have written something called as KPRIT, name is equal to KPRIT I have created. Now I want to see whether this behavior of string is working fine or not. So what I will do, I will create something called as string name1. Okay, name1. So this name1 also, what I will do, I will use KPRIT only. Okay, so I will use KPRIT only. Means the same value of the string I am defining again. Okay, so now I'll go and check what is the ASCII value of both of these. Means I have name1 created, I have name2 created, right? So both are two different objects, right? So ideally, both of them should have different hash code values. But like when I go and try to print it, say name dot hash code of. Hash code means for every object there is a unique code given by the compiler. Okay, so I'll just go and try it out. Okay, Control V, and for name1 also I'll print the hash code. Okay, so I'll try to run it. Now observe, both the hash codes are same, right? Why both the hash codes are same? Because both the string values are same. right? So it will not create a new object. It will not go and create a new object. It will refer to the same object. Okay, once created, it is present in string constant pool. If somebody is creating the same string, it will not directly create. It will go and check the string constant pool if this string is already present. If it is present, it will not create any new string object. It will refer to the same old object which is present in that pool. Okay, so this is some kind of disadvantage that maybe there we are creating two objects, but still it is referring to the single object. So imagine you are changing something in the string. Okay, say KPRIT college, you are making it like this. Okay, the moment you make this, so this is a separate string and this is a separate string. It will treat it as two different strings. So obviously the hash code value will change. If you run it and see, hash code value changed because this is some different string. This is some different string. If both the strings are same, hash code value will also be same. Okay, hash code value is also same. Now there is a requirement saying that, hey, I don't want immutable nature of a string. I want to insert something into the string, or I want to delete something from the string, or I want to do some other manipulations to it. If this is your requirement, Java provides two more mutable classes of string. So what are mutable classes of string? You can go and alter the structure of it, or it is not immutable in nature. Means you can change it. Say what are those? There is some class called as string builder. So what is string builder? String builder is one class which is similar to string, but here if you create any string using string builder, you can mute the string. Means you can change the string. Okay, so every single object that you create using string builder will have a different hash code value. Okay, so to demonstrate it, so just imagine I will use string builder. Okay, string builder and string builder. So I will use say some unique thing called as name2. Okay, name2 is equal to. So imagine here also I am using KPRIT. KPR, I will use capitals. So KPRIT. So now I have KPRIT, but it is what type of object it is? It is string builder type of object. Okay, if you are defining string builder type of object, you have to create an object of string builder. So I will use new string builder of. Okay, and inside this builder of I will pass this KPRIT. Okay, so now what I created name2. What is name2? Name2 is nothing but a string value, but it is of type string builder type. Okay, similarly I'll create another thing called as name3. Okay, name3. Now what is the difference between this and this, right? I'll just show you. Now I'll print both of these. I'll print both the statements by using string builder. Okay, so just imagine. So name2 and name3 are the values that I used. Okay, name3. Okay, now if you see, this name2 and name3 are variables of string builder type. Okay, so you can see here KPRIT is the same hash code is printed, correct? No, but now if you are defining something with string builder, it will always be two different objects. See, this is a different object, this is a different object. Okay, so this one also you can. Sorry, somebody is not in mute. Please mute yourself. Okay, so here you can also do like this new string of. It gives all this flexibility. There is no restriction that you should not do it. You can do like this also. New string of. Please don't unmute yourself. Be in mute. So now you can observe that the values of these two are same and these two are different. Why? I have the same KPRIT being present here also, but whenever you are using string builder for using string type of data, every time you create an object of it, a new object is created. It will not go and use something in the string constant pool. It will not use the common value and use it here. Every time it will create a new value of it. And what is the main advantage of going for string builder is you have lot of methods to insert something into this string or delete something from the string, which was not possible in string normal string class. Okay, because it was immutable in nature. Now string builder is a mutable in nature. Okay, so now if you go and see what are the methods present in this, right? System.out.println. So if you use name2 or name3 dot, now you can see there are a lot of methods like capacity, right, or character at, right, code point. But there are some methods which are very different. Can you see append? Append is add at the end, right? Not only append, you have a method called delete. So this delete is not at all present in your string class. It is present in string builder. Okay, there is something called as insert. This insert method was not present in string, but it is present in string builder. Okay, and there is a method called replace. So this was not present in string, but it is present in string builder. And you have something called reverse. Okay, and you have something called subsequence. Lots of new methods are introduced in string builder. So why do they include, like for example, I will use insert. Okay, so if I use insert, it asks me what you need to insert. So you can see I'll use insert method. So what is the offset? Means in which index you want to insert it. Maybe I will say I want to insert in third index. And what is the character that you need to insert? Okay, maybe I need to insert G as a character. Okay, now if you see here, what I'm doing is I'm actually going to this name2 and inside this 0, 1, 2. So in this place, I want to insert one more G. Okay, so that is possible in string builder. If you observe now, I'll run this. You can see KPR GIT. So this is possible in string builder, but it is not possible in string class. There is no method called as insert. Okay, now I inserted, but I don't want G. I want to delete it. So what you can do, beautifully, you can write one more method saying delete. Okay, you can go and write delete. So delete method, it asks from starting index and ending index, or there is another method called as delete at that index. Okay, delete character index. Okay, I can use character index and I can pass that index where I had inserted G. I have inserted G at third character. So now I want to delete it from that place. Okay. So this is it. I'll just end this. Now you can go and see if I print it, that G gets deleted automatically and you get KPR 80. So previously you had KPR G80. Now you are deleting it and printing it. So you don't have G at the middle. So to delete something in the middle or insert something in the middle of the string, we use class called as string builder. String builder. Okay. There is one more class called as string buffer. Okay. So this is about string builder, but there is one more class called as string buffer. String buffer. Okay. What is string buffer? String buffer also does the same activity like string builder. This is also used for muting the string. Okay. Say for example, string string buffer, right? BR is equal to new string buffer of new string buffer. Okay, so instead of using new of, I will use name1, name2, name3, name4 and name5. Okay, I can use name4, and here you can again pass whatever value that you like. Okay, say you use KSIT. Okay, there is some college called as KSIT in Bangalore. Okay, so I'm using that name. So here, okay, I will copy this and paste it. I have name5. Okay, what is this name5? Again, it is having KSIT in it. Imagine both are having KSIT case. So using string buffer or string builder, what you can do, you can achieve, right? You can achieve mutability of the string. Means anytime you can go and change the values. Means you can insert a value in between, or you can delete a value in between. Okay, that is what your string buffer also, string builder also provides you. If both are providing same functionality, why two classes are required? Did anybody get this doubt? Both, I am saying both string buffer and string builder are doing the same activity. What is the same activity? Muting the string. Okay, muting the string. So for example, if you go here and say name for dot, okay, here you can see there are some methods which are already present in string buffer. Like for example, string builder, right? For example, code point at or character at, and you had something called as index of, you had last index of. So these are some extra methods like last index of, first index of, offset code, right? Append was already there. You already saw. Delete was already there. Insert is already there, right? Whatever is present in string buffer or builder is present in string buffer. Same classes are present. Okay, same classes, same methods, everything is same. But why two classes is in terms of threads, right? If you take threads concept, right? String builder is synchronized in nature. You know what is synchronized, right? If one thread occupies this, it will become a lock. It will not allow multi-threading to happen for string builder. But if in case of string buffer, multi-threading will happen. Okay, that is the only difference. Okay, so here you can use delete or anything, right? Any methods that is available, you can directly use delete character at or insert character at, right? You can use any methods here. So I will insert something. Maybe I'll insert at the middle, maybe in the second character, I'll insert some other character like H. Okay. So if you print it, you will actually get KPR, KP, so KS, HIT. You can see KS, HIT is printed. Okay. So these are string buffer and string builder classes, string buffer and string builder classes. Now you should also understand that these are collection type of classes. What type of classes these are? These are collection type of classes. Means size of this string buffer or string builder is not like a limited character. You cannot have limited value that you are putting in all, right? You can have any number of characters that you can type. Maybe it can be any huge, maybe like a paragraph also you can type it, type here. Okay. So the string buffer or builder will take that value, even though if it is a paragraph also. There is no limit for you to have. But still, it provides a method called as, say, name3 or name4. Okay. If you are checking, so here there is a method called as capacity. Okay. So there is a method called as capacity. So what is this capacity is? Every string builder, string buffer classes will have initial capacity. Means, okay, initially it can store some characters in it. That is the initial capacity of this particular string buffer. Okay, say name4 is a string buffer, right? If you run it, it will show what is the capacity. Means initially it can store 53 characters. Okay, why it is showing 53? Because I have typed so much values. So if I don't type anything, by default, it will be 16. Okay, by default, it will be 16 in nature. So just see, I'm running it. The capacity of it, maybe I'll just type one character and see. Okay, there is some error which is happening. What is that? Okay, index out of bounds exception is happening. Offset is 2, length is 1. Okay, means here I'm inserting something in the second string, but I don't have those strings here. That's why I was getting the error. So now you can see it is printing the capacity as 20. Previously it was printing 53, right? How it was printing 53? Initially, every string buffer will have 16 as the size. Okay, size of the string buffer or builder initially will be 16 in size. Okay, so to be specific, what I'll do, I'll just remove all this in case I don't have anything. did not give any characters. If it is plain string buffer, if you see its capacity, it will be 16 characters as a buffer capacity. Okay, and its size will grow as and when you add value to it. Right? Okay, it is dynamically, it will grow dynamically. Like if you have some characters written, right? So this many characters plus 16 characters, it will grow automatically, it will grow. Okay, so you can run it and see. Now it is 38, means these many characters plus 16 is 38. Okay, and if you add still more, right, if you keep adding the characters, now if you go and run and see what is the capacity of it, so it will be 56, because these many characters plus 16. The size of these string buffer or string builder will grow dynamically. Means how much data you want it to be, it to have, it can hold that much data. There is no limit. Okay, the size of that particular string buffer or builder will grow dynamically. As in when you grow dynamically, or your string length grows dynamically, the size of the string buffer and builder will also grow dynamically. So this is one important thing they will ask you in interview. So in interview, what is the question they will ask? String is immutable in nature. How can you do it mutable, or how can you make it mutable? So what is the solution? You can make a string mutable in nature by using mutable classes like string buffer and string builder. Okay, so whatever methods present in string builder, same methods are present in string buffer also. There is no change. In string builder, whatever methods are there, same methods are present in string buffer. But what is the difference? If you are using string builder is synchronized in nature. Means one thread can act on this at a time, not multiple threads. Not multiple threads. Only one thread can act at this at a given point of time. Okay, that is the only difference it brings when it comes to threading concept. Okay, but string buffer is not synchronized in nature. Means any number of threads can occupy this at a given point of time. Means inside run method, if you are writing string buffer, only one thread can access this string buffer, not multiple threads. Okay. So if you want to do multi-threading, don't go for string builder, go with string buffer. That is the best practice. In your interview, they'll ask you this question. So which class you prefer when you are doing mutable strings? You can tell, if my program involves multi-threading concepts, then I'll go for string buffer. If my program doesn't involve multi-threading, I'll go for string builder. Okay. So this is a simple concept you need to understand. What is string builder and what is string buffer? So string builder and buffer are the two classes available, which will allow you to mute the string. Mute matlab you can change the string. Okay. Whatever is the string behavior, you can change it. So you have the capability of changing it. What do I mean by changing it? I can insert some value in between, or I can delete some value in between. So this capability is called as string buffer or builder has this mutability or mutable nature, is one thing we can say. Is it easy? Is it clear? Any doubts in this before we start with the other topic? Is there any doubt in string buffer and builder? Clear. Okay. Now I'll just remove all this. Okay, remove all this. Now there is one special class. Okay, so this class is actually deprecated in nature. So what is deprecated means it was there previously, people were using it. Now nobody is using it. Okay, so now nobody is using it, but still learning this is very important. Okay, so what is that classes? You have something called as string 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 tokenizer. Tokenizer. String tokenizer. Okay. String tokenizer T is equal to new string tokenizer. Okay. So what is this tokenizer? I will just tell you. So here I will use KPRIT. Means like how you had string buffer and string builder, you have one more class called a string tokenizer. Okay, so what is string tokenizer? What is the use of string tokenizer? If you want to see, a string tokenizer is one class which does two activities at a time for you. Means string tokenizer is nothing but it's a container object, like how you had array list, linked list, and all that, right? Similarly, what is string tokenizer? String tokenizer is a container class. Okay, how to confirm it is a container class? You can go and set the capacity of it. Okay, say t dot. You can just say capacity, or you can increase its capacity whenever it has more values. Okay. Now, what does string tokenizer do? I'll explain you. Now, for example, there are. Can you give some four names today? Some four names of your class, or any four names you can give, because I just want to tell you something. Okay. So I have Panya, Panay. I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, Vivek. So second is Vivek. Okay, and third is Madhu, Adarsh, and you have something called as Vivek. I have uh, Kishore. I have Preeti. Okay, so I have somebody called as Sai, Malesh. Okay, Ramcharan. Okay, Ramcharan, I'll come back. So now these are all, this is one string that we are declaring, right? One string we are declaring, right? So like I'll declare a normal string and give you a difference between these two. Okay. So if you have a string variable, say name is equal to, and imagine you have all this as a name given. There are multiple names, but it's just one string value, correct? No, just one string value, right? String value. Sorry. Set. I try to copy only this. Okay. So I have a string value, say string s is equal to, or string some string s is equal to new string of right, and here I have this value already with me. Okay, imagine this is something that I have it with me. I have declared normal string and I have declared string tokenizer. I just want to tell you the difference between them. Okay, now imagine you want to split this. Okay, somebody says I want names one by one names I want to print. Whatever names are there in this, I want to print one by one I want to print. How can you print it? How can you print it? So what you can do, what is the trick that you learned is, you can write something called as string array, right? You can write, convert this into string array of names. Okay, is equal to, you can use this string yes dot, and you can split it. There is a method called split method. According to what you're splitting, according to spaces you will split. Whenever there is a space which is coming in your names or in this string, say Panya is one name, Vivek is one name, Adarsh is one name, Vivek is now Kishore. So there are, after every name there is a space, there is a space. So based on space, you split it and store it in names, and you can print that names, right? So say for example, you can use a for each loop and use I will print string name from the names. Okay, and here you can just write system.out.println of name. So this will print all the values one by one, one by one, one by one. You can see Vivek, Adarsh, Kishore, Preeti, Sai, everything, everybody is printed. Okay, we can we print without spaces? Yeah, without spaces also you can print, but there should be some delimiter. Maybe you can use comma. Okay, Panya comma, and you can use Vivek comma. Okay, and you have Adarsh, comma. There should be some delimiter for this person to split it. Split according to what is the question. If you have comma, you can use split according to comma. Okay. So I'm having all the names splitted according to comma now. Okay. Not the space. Now it's the comma, right? So here I can come and give uh, comma instead of space. I'm splitting according to comma. Okay. Now if I run this, it will print all these names properly. Okay. What is happening? If you debug and see what is happening here. Okay, I'll just debug and show you what is happening because very important to understand this. Okay. So you have a string value. So imagine you are initializing the string, and here you have something called as names. In this names, like it's an array now, right? Panya, Vivek, whatever spaces were there, all that is now array values, right? In the first index, Panya is there, second index, Vivek is there, third index. The split method will convert your string into array, correct? Okay, how can we print on basis of uppercase or lowercase? Um, I didn't get your question. Can you reframe your question, Manikanta, so that I can give you proper answer? How can we print on the basis of upper character? Yeah, it is very easy. Like imagine here you have some character as an upper character, like others is there. I want to print only others now, right? Because others is having upper character, like a capital letter in it. So what you can do, you can write a condition if this name dot character at of, right? Character at of character at of 0, right? 0 dot, you can check it as an uppercase, character out of 0, or you can check if it is like camel case, you know. How can you print on the basis of uppercase or lowercase? Like camel case. I'm not able to understand. Maybe can you unmute and talk? That is little better. Or give me an example, like how you want to print. Okay, no problem. I'll tell you how to print all that. So I just want to tell you the difference between this. I'll come back to that. Okay, just give me a moment. I'll come back to that. Okay. So now you know, right? Okay, so this is how we are printing by using strings. But now my intention is I don't want to use string at all. I don't want to use string. So I'll delete the string. Okay. So I don't want to write this for loop. I don't want to convert it to array. All this I don't want to do. Okay. So I will delete all this. So one class is enough to do all this work. Okay. That is nothing but string tokenizer class. So what does string tokenizer class will do? String tokenizer class will take the input and cut it, take the input and cut it into different pieces. It will cut it into different pieces based on the delimiter you give. Okay, so here I have not given any delimiter. Okay, you can see here I have not given any delimiter. Means if I don't give any delimiter, by default it will find spaces and it will cut this string. Okay, okay, the string is spliced, and what is there in T we'll try to see. Okay, so what we will do, we'll do system.out.println of this T. So what is there in T, we'll try to print it out and see. Okay, so I'll just terminate. I just want to run it. I'll just go and run it. Now it is just a string tokenizer object. So if you are manually editing, you will be able to appreciate it. See here. Now what is there in T? Okay, you can see T is having some data, right? Like the string value it is having. So it is having tokens like this, like Panya, Vivek, Adarsh, all this is there, right? All these values are inside this string tokenizer. Now you need to splice it or cut it according to some condition. Okay, so here I have spaces. So I will go at the end of this, and at the end of this, it can take two arguments. The string tokenizer class can take two arguments. What is the other argument is I'll give space as an argument. Means next time uh, uh, when you're splicing it, or when you're cutting the string, you cut it with space. I've already given this. Now I will just run it again. I'll just save it and restart it. Okay. So now beautifully, you can see now what happens is we see string tokenizer class. Now it is saying, you can see delimiter is space. I have taken delimiter as space, and this entire string will be uh, made into pieces and with the space as the delimiter and stored in it. Now, how do you print this value is something that we need to understand. So what I will do, I'll just not print this. I'll go and print the string tokenizer data directly. So now you don't want to write split method and split this data. Okay, directly this value will be splitted and stored in this container, in this T. Now T will have lot of tokens. One token is equal to one value. Okay, so for that I want all the tokens. I will go with while loop. So I will use while. Just observe. I'll just use while. So while t dot, there is a method called as has more tokens. Okay, so this will return true or false. As more tokens will return true or false. Okay, if there are any tokens present, so I will just do system.out.println of, I'll print that token. Okay, I'll print that token. So I will do t dot next token of. There is a method called as next token of. That's it. Now what will happen is it will print, right? It will print the tokens. Okay, first, what is the first token? Panya. Second token, Vivek. Third token, others. Automatically, it will print. Now, I don't want to take this as a string, then split it, store it in an array, then use it. I don't want to do all that. So string tokenizer will do all that work for me. If I run it, you can see Panya, Vivek, others. All this will be printed in a different line. Are you able to understand this? Does this make sense? Okay, here, okay, now I want to split it according to, like if you are not mentioning it here also, like at the end, you mention it delimiter as space, right? If you don't mention it also, it will do the same job. If you don't mention, by default, it will split it according to spaces. See, still you are getting. Now you don't want to split it according to spaces. You want to split it according to wherever A is there. Okay, here PA, oh, A is there. I want to cut this. Only P should be present. And here n, after that n you have A. So I want according to A, I want to split this. Okay, or wherever A is present, I want to split according to that, or wherever K is there, I want to split. So it's your wish. You can choose anything. So you can give the delimiter at the end of the string tokenizer. So you can just go here and say, hey, my delimiter is wherever I find A, cut this into pieces. Okay, now I just go and run this. Now the tokens will be really different. See, P is there, N is there, Y Vivek is there, D is there. Here there are no A, right? Vivek, Kishore, Preeti, A is not there. So that's why they printed. After S, Sai, A is there, it cutted. Look, this is the delimiter. Okay, you are providing the delimiter. So it's your wish, you can provide any delimiter. In case you have a delimiter like hyphen, every so all the strings are divided by hyphen like this, hyphen values, minus sign. Okay, so now you want to split it according to minus. Wherever minus is there, according to minus, I want to split. Okay, so imagine Preeti Sai Malesh will not have minus sign. Okay, so if you do it like that, and you can split it according to minus. And now you can run it automatically or beautifully, it will split according to that. See, Preeti Sai Malesh doesn't have minus sign in them, so they will be printed in one single line. Okay, so this is something that you should understand about string tokenizer. Very important in interview. If they ask, you should be able to tell what is string tokenizer. String tokenizer is a mutable class for string data, right? Because string is immutable in nature, there should be some utility classes which will allow you to mute. Okay, there are methods in this also to achieve this kind of activity. Say for example, you have t dot. Here also you have like methods like next token, has more token, right? So these methods are there in which like you instead of performing two activities, like you take a string, split that string and store it in an array, then use array index to print it. Instead of doing that, you can directly use this technique of using string tokenization. Okay, so very simple. If you go to ebox problems also, you will have problems based on that. Okay, so all that you need to do is you need to go and understand what are the methods present in string builder and what are the methods present in string buffer class. That you should understand. Okay, so you can see here there are some black in black color. They have highlighted some things, right? So what are these? These are the special methods which are so supported for string building activity or string builder activity. So like you have some special methods. Why do I call it as special methods? Because they provide some unique feature. Say for example, code points, delete character at, insert. So these are all used to mute the string. If you want to change something in the string, you can do it. These are all present in string class also. Index of all these are present in string class also. So these are not a different thing. These are all already there. But what you can do specially, they have highlighted in black color. Okay. So just go and learn about what are the methods which are present in string buffer and string builder. Okay. So then you'll appreciate the remaining parts of string buffer builder and tokenizer. Okay. Very important in terms of interview perspective or in terms of general questions perspective. In the face-to-face interview and all, they'll try to ask this question. To actually confuse you, they'll ask you these questions. You should be very confident to answer it. Okay. Now, there is one topic like apart from this that we need to learn. So what is that? A string buffer, builder, and tokenizer. I think this all the classes are clear for you. You already know this. Somebody has a doubt. I think Manikantan asked me some doubt. Can you briefly tell me that doubt so that I can answer you? Sorry, I kind of skipped it. Okay, so here Ebox, Nikita, Nikhil, Jayant, and Sainath in this separated by uppercase. Okay. Separated by uppercase. Okay, maybe I don't know whether that is possible or not. I am not sure. Maybe I'll try, give a try. Okay, I'll give a try. I'll take this as an example. Maybe we can try it out. Here, okay, at least in string tokenizer, you can't do it because we will do it according to some logic here. So what is that logic? What is the character at least? So if you're having E or N or whichever character, you need to give according to that character, it will cut. So splitting can happen only according to that character. Maybe delimiting or things might not happen for okay, let us take as a string and try it out so that we'll get some more insight. We can use it as string. Do you have any use case like this? Manikanta, have you come across some use case which forces you to do this? Maybe I'll give a try and tell you if it is possible or not. Okay, I have a string value. Now I want to split it according to capital letter. Wherever camel case is there, I want to split it. Okay. So I'll use name dot split. You can see split method will take say take arguments like split with regex. Regex is where you can actually define your what is uppercase or lowercase. You can actually define it here. Otherwise, none of them. Only two split methods are there. Only arguments you can give. That's it. So maybe you need to check out this split method with regex. Okay. What is this regex? Nothing but regular expression. Okay. So like even I don't know how to get the regular expression. Just Google it. So regular expression to identify to identify say uh, uppercase uppercase letters. So this will give you an idea of how to match uppercase values. Okay. So you can see this is the regex that you can use to match uppercase characters. Okay. Maybe you can copy all uppercase and numbers. I don't want numbers for all uppercase numbers, but starting with at least one letter. So we'll go and understand the main cause is here. Okay, maybe we'll try one and we'll see if that works fine for us or not. Okay. I'll use this here in the place of regex. I will use that. Okay. And I will try to save it. I don't save it and run it. Sorry, I just okay. I splitted it. I want to store it in array, so I will use string names. It's an array, string array of names. It is possible, I think, but we need to see what is the how practical it is. We need to see. Maybe I'll remove these lines. I think you understood string tokenizer. So I'll remove this. Now using this regex, you are splitting. So you have to use a for each loop to print the elements. So here you use string name colon names. And here I'll write something like system.out.println of name. Okay, name is already used. You can use name1 here and name1. And run this. Now you can beautifully see the difference at least. Previously to this, what is the difference that you find? We can see. Okay, there is no difference that it is not splitting or according to whatever expression that we gave. It is not splitting according to that. Maybe we can try tweaking this. Maybe we'll try to have some other way of handling this. Select this regular expression and try this. Now it is splitting, right? You can see it is splitting. E, it is removing E. Box is written. Nickel, N, it is getting removed, and nickel, it is written. Like right? You asked me for this only, right? As a delimiter, we are using camel casing letters. And so whenever it finds a camel casing value, it is actually splitting that into different string. Are you understanding this? Hello. Did you guys get this right? Manikandan should answer to this if we got this or not. Okay, you got it, I think. Okay. Without deleting the capital letter, it is not possible because we are splitting. So what a split method do? Like it will find it and it will delete it. So that is the meaning. But uppercase is not present. Without deleting the okay, but the uppercase is not present, sir. So this method, it is not possible to do that. Okay. So by split, we will actually do that only. Just a minute. Okay, so fine. I think think you hope you understood the topic. Sunday said about, yeah, file reader, correct. So yeah, I was actually working on that. Okay, so I think for the previous batch, I was actually helping them handling the file. So here, what I come across is, like if you are having this file writer being used multiple times. Okay, say for example, I used write method, right? Writer dot write. So I'm using multiple write methods. Then the previous value is not getting erased. Okay, so it's like if you're writing something, you start it once and you have to go on a loop, or maybe it's like you there is one technique. Okay, say I will just tell you that technique. I actually searched about it. Okay, so when somebody told yesterday, I actually went and searched about it. So like there is a append method that you can actually use while you are defining it. Okay, say for example, write it into write to file without overwriting. Yeah, this is what I searched. So here I found one solution saying that, yeah. So file writer, when you're having this file writer, right? So what they are saying is, in file writer, you have this capability of making it true. Okay, so if you make it true, it actually okay. If you want the same exact example, I'll just give you that. Just a minute. Environmental. Sorry, yesterday I saw one solution which was making sense without existing data. Yeah, something like this. We need to, yeah, you need to use this technique. Yeah. This will actually help you to achieve that. So let me go back to the code and try to have it. So fine. So here I'll remove all this just for your learning sake. I'll just use buffer reader or buffer writer because I want to write something under the file. Maybe there is something called as data.txt, but I will use some file name, say xyz dot txt. This file is not there, but I am just creating it so that this file will be automatically created and your values will be appended to that. So that is what I want to do. So here I use bw dot write. So here I can pass a string value saying that, say I am passing Girish. Okay, so and then I am writing some. Okay, so what will happen now? If there is no file like xyz, it will create that file. Just save it and run it. It will create that file. Okay, it is already created. I will just refresh it here. I will just go to this file handling and refresh it. Where is this refresh button here? So when I refresh it, you can see xyz.txt, right? So here you have okay, some data is written, but I did not close the file, so it is not okay. So always remember, whenever you're writing into the file, you have to just do say you can use bw dot flush. There's a method called flush method, and then you do bw dot close. Okay, so these two methods you must do. So after doing this, if you run it, that data will be stored. Now, if you go here, the Girish is stored. Now, you don't want to erase this data, but you want some data to come next to it. So now you can just go and write that a bw dot, and now I'll write some other data. Okay, say I will use Kishore, and Manoj. It's somebody like this. Okay. So now I run this. You can see these things will be directly appended to this file. Okay. So just open this XYZ. Can you see? I have run 2 times, so that's why it is giving these values. Okay. So means previous data is not erased. Girish was there. Girish Kishore again got added. Girish Kishore and Manoj was added. After that, Girish Kishore Manoj again added. 2 times I run that. That's why I'm getting this. Okay. So I'll remove this. I'll just show you again. See here. Now I have Girish space, Kishore space, Manoj. 3 people are there. I'm running it. Now you can see that data will be added here. Say Girish, Kishore, and Manoj is added. Next time, if you run it again, this will be added. But you need to just refresh it because refresh will not happen dynamically. Can you see Girish, Kishore, and Manoj added? Again, if you run it, again you need to go and refresh it so that Girish, Manoj will be added. Are you able to understand, like, without deleting the previous data, how to add it? Just go and add a value true here. It means you are not means you are allowing it to override. Means you are not deleting the previous data and you are appending it. That is what I mean. Okay, so you can go and try this. It makes perfect sense for all of you to understand. Okay, I'm not going much deep into it. I will leave it here. I had a plan to complete another topic, but as you guys joined late, if I start it, I might not get enough time to complete it. So what you guys can do is, I think these modules will be enabled for you today. You can go and practice it. Okay, very simple problems. I don't want to spoon feed it because these are very simple problems. Go back and check it out in case you feel it is difficult. You can ping in the same group so that when we join tomorrow, we'll first discuss the problems and then go with the other solutions for it. Okay. Thank you so much for attending. I'll stop recording of this session and save it in the drive. Maybe once you're